Marcedes, you could be on a beach somewhere set for life, but you're showing up to voluntary workouts and back here. What motivates you to keep coming back and doing this?
I think, what I went through as a kid. I mean, my mom had me when she was 15 years old. And so to watch her struggle is what gets me up in the morning. Nothing that I could ever go through would be tougher than what she had to go through, raising me. So.
Marcedes, this is camp number 16 for you. How has your perspective on football changed every season coming into a camp?
I think every day, week, months, whatever it is, for me it's about being able to reinvent myself and, owning my process. I think that changes day to day for me. And just focusing on the things that I can control. And I think for the most part, I've been able to control all the controllables. And the things that I don't have control over is just water off a duck's back. I don't necessarily let it bother me too much. And me being my personal best every day has always been enough.
How has this one felt different compared to the others?
I'm just 37, that's it. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things, I think, for me, I like to put it in perspective. I live my life like I'm on a one-day contract, and I put things in perspective and see things for what they are. Camp is a necessary evil. You build your calluses for war. And I learned how to compete at a very young age. And, it's something that I still look forward to and that I love to do. So, it's easy for me to, come in here and give all I got for the amount of hours that I'm here and try to get better at something every day.
Marcedes, Aaron has spoken a lot about how much he respects you and what you stand for and everything. Did he reach out to you, or did you touch base with him while all this was going on? Anyway, I'm not going to ask you what you talked about or anything, but did he lean on you in any way?
Yeah, oh yeah. Obviously I'm not going to get into our conversations, but we definitely kept in touch. We would only go, the most we went without talking was like a couple weeks when he was in Hawaii and traveling and doing his thing. But, we've grown close over the last 3.5 years. He's somebody that I respect and, really care for. And I think, his perspective on life and, how he goes about his business is similar to how I feel and the energy that I want to put in the world when I get up in the morning too. So, it's been a blessing for us to be able to connect and try to lead this team to hopefully get a championship this year.
One of the reasons that you're back, obviously, is for that, to get the championship. How concerned were you that Aaron might not be coming back? And if he didn't come back, would you still be here? Were you wondering yourself if he's not back, maybe this is it?
Well, obviously, for me, it's about the man first, right? Like I wanted, whatever he was going through personally, mentally, to sort through those things and take the necessary time to do that. I think, often people outside that aren't in our position that, have never felt the fire, the scrutiny, the criticism, they're going to feel a certain way, right? And, he mentioned it, about the mental health aspect of it. Like, that's huge, and I think part of what I've been able to do for so long is because of my mental fortitude and how I've been able to, in a way, stay in my zone, right? And never getting too high or too low and just always being solid. And I think, for him to do it the way he did, not be loud about it, obviously, I think everybody was nervous, right? Even me being close to him, there was times where, we didn't even talk ball, we just talked life. And I think that was more so just to kind of put things in perspective because, we'd have to be ready for whatever might happen. But hindsight is 20/20. We're here now, and I'm happy that it is this way. So I don't want to spend too much time talking about what if. We're all here, and definitely 100% bought in, and we're going to get a job done. So excited about that.
Did you have those thoughts in your head though for yourself? I know you don't want to say about what if, but did you have those thoughts?
I think it's inevitable for you. It's going to happen. You're going to doubt creeps in sometime, but it's up to you to acknowledge it and flush it and move on. And always keep a positive perspective about life in general. That's going to help you get through things. So, and I've always been that way.
What'd you get out of being down in Nashville at the tight end U this summer?
Well, I thought it was dope. I mean, first and foremost, the tight end position in general, we've been disrespected for a long time. And I thought it was pretty cool to have the best of the best all under one roof. And, if you had to pick out any position to kind of get together and be there for each other, it's going to be the tight end group. You know what I mean? And, it was an amazing experience. Obviously, I'm in my 16th year. I got all these young bucks, whippersnappers, bushy-tailed and bright-eyed, we're literally there just coaching them up. There's an opportunity for me to speak for like 15 to 20 minutes just about my journey. And Kittle's dad, asked me, could I do that? And I think it was received really well. It's something that I wouldn't mind doing every year. And I think every position needs to do that. I think, the NFL in general, it's a big league, but it's small, and whenever, you guys can feel like you're a family, why not do that? And we took the opportunity to do that, and definitely a great experience.
So you think Tanya's ready to go for his master's in that university?
I think so. I think if he keeps doing what he's doing day to day, and taking advantage of the day, right, and just running your race, he'll be just fine. He asks all the right questions. Smart dude, athletic, he gets it, he wants to learn, wants to be great, and I'm giving him all the juice I can, so I'm proud of him.
You've worked with a lot of tight ends the last 15, 16 years. Is that one the most gratifying, just seeing where Robert was as almost a long shot in 18 to, basically on the precipice of the Pro Bowl last year?
Yeah, he's a guy that, he's always in my ear. You know what I mean? He's never not, there's not a moment where he's not asking me something. It can be football, life, financial stuff. It doesn't matter what it is. He's always in my ear, always texting me, always calling me. And he's been like that since I met him. And I think, that's why he is where he is right now. And, I told him a long time ago, if I didn't feel like he wanted to get better, and I didn't see that, he was a hard worker and he asked all the right questions, and then I wouldn't give him the game. And that's kind of what the culture is in this league, right? If you're a guy that comes into the league and you think you know it all and you don't have respect for the ones that have been before you and the ones that are going to come after you, the veterans are not going to take to you too well, right? But if you're a guy that's going to come in and you want to learn, I was a first rounder and I thought I could get cut. You know what I mean? I came in with my mouth shut, my ears open, and just willing to go out there and put the work in and grind. And, that's my attitude today. I don't know no other way. I feel like it's my first year every single year I get here, and I'm still learning. Every day I'm learning. I told my coach today, for me, it's about always sharpening my tools, right? And my technique is what's carried me throughout my career, right? At a certain point, the athletic ability is going to taper off a little bit. Speed is going to taper off a little bit. You can't teach my size. You can't teach what I got in between my ears, and you can't teach this, And I kind of bring all that together, plus my technique, and I'm pretty hard to beat, And, that's what I instilled in my tight end room. That's all me and Bobby talk about, the attitude, the grit, the will, all the other stuff. Everybody's big, strong, and fast. Do you have the mental fortitude to do it every single day? Nobody cares about what you did yesterday, And that's to be said for in this world in general. Everybody's like, what have you done for me lately? What can you do for me now? And so if you're able to put things in perspective that way and just hone in every single day on getting better, you're going to get a product like you see what Bobby's doing right now. So definitely proud of him.
So how did you get to be? Did you go from, you know, being that first-round pick we thought he might get cut to the leader and the presence in the locker room that you are? At what point did you kind of make that switch?
I don't know. I mean, I don't. To be quite honest, I don't. I'm not a rah-rah guy. Like I'm not in the locker room like, hey guys, just doing. I'm not that guy. I try to lead by example. I'm always where I'm supposed to be, when I'm supposed to be there, doing what I'm supposed to be doing on the field. When the coach turned on the film, he knows what he's getting out of 89. You know, like you don't have to worry about where I'm gonna be. And I think that kind of leads into, you know, if something needs to be said, I'll say it. And they know that I'm not talking a lot, so when I do, I mean it, and they understand it. And it's always coming from a good place. And that's something that's always come pretty natural for me, is, you know, not only just being a leader, but being a good leader, you know, and leading from the front. I don't know, and just with a good heart and good intent. I mean, we're grown men. You can tell somebody's like BSing you, you know what I mean? Or you can tell when somebody's like talking just so the coach can hear you. Like, I'm not that guy, so, you know, I think every year it's just always been about getting better, and if you're doing it from a good place, it's received well.
When you were with all those young tight ends, do you think any of them knew when you got drafted that you were a down the field, pass catching tight end?
Nah, I mean, I don't think so, and I feel like because I was playing when the clarity was bad, I don't even have no highlights on YouTube, so no social media, no nothing, but I do have film, though. You could definitely look me up.
Isn't part of the lesson, though, that you, as time went on, you refined your game and
Yeah.
you made it so that you could be a complete player?
Yeah, well, I mean, I was talking to DeVante the other day at the house, and you know, we'll be watching film together and just talking about mindset. And you know, we were pulling up some of my past clips from all my receptions and stuff like that. And he was like, "Bro, it's crazy. Like, I feel like some of the dudes on the team don't even know you really used to get it in like that." I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, that's when I was in my prime." He's like, "Nah." He's like, "You're just in a different prime now." You know what I mean? So, you know, that meant a lot coming from him because, you know, we share a similar mindset as far as how we work and how we're going to attack the day. And I guess that's really what it is, you know. I'm definitely aging gracefully, appreciative of still having the opportunity to live out my dream. I still love it when I wake up in the morning, so, you know, taking it one day at a time.
You ever lobby for more involvement in the passing game? You get pigeonholed, especially outside the building, as such the blocking guy. But you look at that touchdown in New Orleans last year; it's athletic as hell.
Yeah.
You ever say like, "Hey, man, I can do a little bit."
Yeah, I think, you know, Nate was with me in Jacksonville, so he's definitely aware of what can happen. I feel like I'm just like a secret weapon just in case. But it's team first for me. If I got to put a guy on his neck so 33 can score a touchdown, then I'm going to put that dude on his neck so Aaron Jones can get in the end zone. If they need me to catch a fade in the back of the end zone, I'll do that. Whatever it is, you know, I think that's my role, and I own that, and I'll be the best at that.
Marcedes, going back to what you said about DeVante, was that at your house or his house?
At his house.
And then I think Wes can get those highlights up on YouTube for you, I'm sure.
That'll be dope.
I'm wondering, you were talking about Aaron and you guys having the same energy. I understand how close you guys are. It was hard to imagine him not coming back, given how much he loves you and DeVante and all those guys. But now that he's back, do you have some sort of role as his friend to kind of help him through the transition to, you know, whether he's still pissed at people or whatever else, to get him to the right headspace that he wants to be at and you guys need him to be at?
Yeah, I think that, you know, without getting into specifics, I think that's that's kind of what it's grown into in general, as like some balance for him. That's a lot on his plate. You know, I mean, when you think about everything he's been through, what he's done, what he still wants to do, and I'm kind of like that center for him. And you know, it's kind of like it wasn't something that, like, you know, we went outside one day and was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna be for you. It was just, that's just how it's formed. You know, and whether it's in the building or at practice or when he's feeling a certain way, just kind of keeping him center and keeping things in perspective.
Is this the most talented team, you think, going into it, or this early training camp, one of the more talented that you've been around?
I think so. I think top to bottom, I feel like even just the way we're flying around now, you know, I feel like we're more explosive. Definitely on offense, we're more explosive earlier on in camp than, you know, it's been in a while for me. And that scheme that the defense has over there, like we're gonna be tough to be reckoned with. And trying not to curse because I get excited, but I'm looking forward to when we get the pads on, because that's when you really find out, and that's where guys turn into dudes, you know, and you flourish. And I think we got a team full of dudes and ready to go get a job done. I think, you know, last couple of years is, you know, you had, like, you know, your main guys, and then the guys that are like on the bubble or in between, you know, trying to figure their way. I think the difference this year is everybody has some expectancy on what the goal is and what the mission is and how we're going to get it done. So definitely looking forward to that.
You see a lot of quarterbacks in 16 years, and obviously you're with the best that you've had with 12, but did you see enough of Jordan Love at all this offseason to have any idea what he might be or be capable of down the road, or was that just too early?
Yeah, well, I feel like, I mean, obviously he has some ability. I think it's still reps, though. You know, it's going to be time on task and more reps. I mean, last year, Aaron would take the 1 reps, some of the 2 reps. Like, A-Rod don't play games. You know what I mean? Like, he wants to be the absolute best at what he's doing. So if he feels like he needs another rep and it's the 2's going, A-Rod is hopping in there and getting that rep. So it's kind of hard to say, you know. When I'm in is more so with A-Rod. But he definitely has some ability. He has some really good days in OTAs. He had a good day today, you know. So, you know, it's hard to kind of like really compartmentalize and focus on that when, you know, I'm in there with 12 and like that's what it is right now. But definitely, I think the more reps he gets, he would be better for it.